Mars. We got rainbows now as well as clouds. Yeah, this is the latest footage. Clouds. Oh, clouds. Yeah, Earth clouds. A rainbow. Yeah, clouds and a rainbow. Yeah, this is the multi-billion pound Curiosity Mars rover, which has been driving around on Mars for a long time now. And someone's come along and put zip ties on its piping. Yeah, zip ties. Yeah, zip ties. Yeah, here it is. Perseverance rover spotted a rainbow on the red planet. A rainbow. Yeah, clouds and a rainbow.
And now we come on to another major area of evidence, Andrew, which is the colours on Mars.
Absolutely.
The first craft or lander was the Viking mission, and I think it was the first photograph that it sent back was image PIA 00563, which showed a blue sky and a very slightly reddish or brown foreground. NASA then said, oh well, we've made a mistake with that image, the sky isn't that colour, this is how it is. So the official images, or the revised images, is seen below there, which is just completely red.
Great. Rainbows, clouds. Yesterday we had a flock of seagulls. You know, what have we had? Bones, beached whales, lichen, rats, you know, Arctic lemmings.
Continuing to power Dragon into
It's
orbit.
a god-awful small affair
That's going to continue to burn until 8
to
minutes.
the girl with the mousy hair.
Mouse. 2 minutes now.
But her mummy is yelling no, and her daddy has told her to go. But her friend is nowhere to be seen. Now she walks through her sunken dream to the seat with the clearest view, and she's hooked to the silver screen. But the film is a sad thing for she's lived it 10 times or more. She could spit in the eyes of fools as they ask her to focus on sailors fighting in the dance hall. Oh man, look at those cavemen go. It's the freakiest show. Take a look at the low man beating up the wrong guy. Oh man, wonder if you'll ever know who's in the best-selling show. Is their life on Mars? It's on America's tortured brow that Mickey Mouse has grown up a cow. And now the workers have struck for fame, 'cause Lennon's on sale again. See the mice in their million hordes, from Ibiza to the Norfolk Broads. Rule Britannia is out of bounds, to my mother, my dog and clowns. But the film is a sad thing for, 'cause I wrote it 10 times or more. It's about to be writ again, as I ask her to focus on sailors fighting in the dance hall. Oh man, look at those cavemen go. It's the freakiest show. Take a look at the low man beating up the wrong guy. Oh man, wonder if you'll ever know who's in the best-selling show. Is their life on Mars?
just think what an inspiration to the young people in the world. It's really inspiring. This is how inspirational. And what a bargain that we got this mission for. This movie costed you less than $7 per American citizen. And look at the excitement that we have brought.
Yeah, here it is. Perseverance rover spotted a rainbow on the red planet. A rainbow, yeah. Clouds and a rainbow. Everything that you'd expect on Devon Island in Canada. Just get your head around that. Zip ties aren't good enough for your motorbike, your car, or even your generator. But they're good enough for, you know, the Mars rover. The Mars rover. No one's noticed them before. Apparently this is the first time they've been noticed. I think someone's just come along and just put them on recently.
Years on Earth. While it was meant to show off the rover's tired treads, more people seem to notice these. A pair of zip ties holding some tubing in place.
Yet still, people just want to believe it's on Mars. Apart from this guy here, fake alert. Amazing. They just like some of Earth clouds. Yeah, can I thumb that down?
Adam, tell us about the landing.
All right, Greg. I can't tell you too much about it. I mean, it looks good.
What? I have to ask you, what kind of file type? Can you tell us about the image file type and compression that was used to send this very important couple of thumbnails back from Mars?
Yes, unfortunately, I absolutely cannot. If Justin Mackey is in the room, or there's a couple other people on the team who'd be able to whip that out quickly, but I couldn't tell you. Sorry.
Yeah, the Mars helicopter's flying about now. We've already proven that the atmosphere is far too thin for it to be flying about. It's fake anyway.
We are in powered flight. We're at altitude of 1 kilometer descending. Standing by for sky crane. Sky crane is started.
Signal to us, you remain strong.
Touchdown confirmed. We're safe on Mars.
Touchdown confirmed. Perseverance. Touchdown confirmed. Perseverance safely on the surface of Mars, ready to begin seeking the signs of past life.
And this aircraft that dropped off the rover, look how it flies away like it's on a fishing pole. Do you see any air or exhaust coming from those thrusters? I don't see anything. Maybe we should ask an expert. Did you guys really land on Mars? Don't listen to a word he says. Listen to his hands. Until you find your truth, keep looking.
NASA is sending a helicopter to Mars. The aircraft will travel to the red planet. Trinity Chavez explains.
As you can see, we're using the vacuum chamber once again, and I actually have a little feather right there, as you can see, suspended in front of a 12-volt electric fan. Okay, fan's on, and the feather's not moving. And now I'm going to let the air back in, and let's see what happens as we come back to Earth. Yeah, almost immediately you can see the feathers start shaking around more and more violently.
I mean, it's fake anyway. The shadow never got any smaller. Did you see that? First of all, it's supposed to be whizzing at such high velocity that it's going to kick up dust. That's what they said. It would kick up dust. Yeah, There it is. Does that look convincing? And I mean, why fly a real helicopter when you can just add a silly CGI thing? Yeah, there it goes. It's like a computer game. You know, 1981 ZX Spectrum. Okay, it's gone off over there somewhere. But let's just have a look at that shadow again, shall we? Oh, it's coming back now. Let's have a look at that shadow again as it takes off, because I don't know how shadows just... I mean, obviously the sun has to be directly above it. So, it must be high noon on Mars. Yeah. Yeah, here we go. Look at the shadow. Look at the shadow. Okay, look, the shadow's the same size, and it's directly, so the sun is directly above it, and it's the same size. Oh, God. That's just garbage. Really is. Here it comes. Oh, do you see it jump then? Yeah, it's not even there. It's not even there. Someone's put here, a rainbow in absence of water drops, question mark, laughing. This is proof they are on Earth, somewhere in the desert. So I'll just put, yeah, Devon Island in Canada. Can you see where this is going? So they're going to have to say one or two things. They're going to have to say, yeah, you know, there's life on Mars. Or they're going to have to admit that they're not on Mars. And I know which one they're going to go for. They're going to go for the life on Mars one, aren't they? When, you know, they finally have to admit that there's clouds, there's there's rainbows, there's birds, there's flocks of birds, there's Arctic lemmings, there's, you know, everything you would expect to find on Devon Island in Canada, where they simulate all these things and make it impossible for you to go and observe. It's all very secret. Oh, God. Oh, look, 217, someone spotted a black dot in the air. And 208, a black dot in the air. Yeah, that'll be a bird. Someone here has put, thankfully, someone has put bullshit. There's next to no atmosphere on Mars. Exactly. It's bullshit. It's not Mars. There's no rainbows on Mars. Someone said, Curiosity's still going. Yeah, Curiosity is still going because someone comes along and keeps cleaning the solar panels.
12 years is a long time for rovers designed and dispatched for 3-month tours. So far beyond the imagination, it's almost unbelievable. Unfortunately, the article does nothing to illuminate the mystery of how the rover has been able to survive around 50 times longer than its projected lifespan. Rather, the rover's quote unbelievable endurance is attributed to equally unbelievable factors. Namely, that occasional gusts of wind clear dust from the solar panels for some reason. To get a sense of just how profound the enigma is, let us look back all the way to 2004, when the mysteries began to accumulate. The rover's original projected 90-day lifespans were largely based on the extreme dustiness of the Martian environment. It was believed that the rover's solar panels would inevitably be buried in dust and eventually lose all power. Yet in 2004, mission scientists reported the first of a series of unexplained cleanings of the rovers. According to a new scientist report, the rover Opportunity, whose power had been steadily declining due to dust accumulation, experienced a dramatic increase in power after it, quote, stumbled into something akin to a car wash.
And also, here's another little tidbit for you. Well, they keep sending these rovers to Mars, yeah? And the big problem is they're only expected to last like a couple of weeks because they expect the dust from the Mars rovers to cover the solar panels and stop them working. Well, here's a brainwave for you: windscreen wipers. Yeah, Why don't you fit some some wipers on the solar panels, or just something that blows high pressure air at them or something? I mean, I'm not a genius working for NASA, but even I've managed to work it out. Oh God, crazy, absolutely madness. Yet, riptides and it's like SpaceX. This here, yeah, it's see this here, the colour of it, it's all wrong. Hey, next time, let's land it away from everything that costs lots of money. Yeah? Ridiculous. Okay, so from this angle they want to film it because they want to catch the reaction of a herd of cows. So this is the SpaceX CGI footage from 2014. I can remember watching this at the time thinking, this is just so obviously CGI, it's so obviously graphics, and if people can't recognise that this is graphics, we are in serious trouble. We're in serious trouble. Notice also there is zero wind, zero, not even a breeze. But as soon as it touches down, you'll see that it's really windy. I can tell all that is graphics. Okay, so yeah, it's landed, and what happens is you get these customary SpaceX gust of wind suddenly to clear everything up for you, just after all the hard CGI it's been avoided. Okay, just press play now, and here it is. Whoosh! And look at this wind here. Whoa! We didn't see that when it was up in the air, did we? It was like that. It's not a windy day, is it at all? Not a windy day, but watch this. Watch this. Whoosh! Magic. The illusion. And there it is. Okay. Okay, there's nothing there, as you've seen. There's nothing there filming this, because this is CGI. I'm taking out of the little amount of smoke coming out of here, because that will be a big factor in a minute. I mean, can you not tell that this is computer graphics? Can you not just tell that it's not real? Especially here. Especially here. Can you not tell that this smoke here is computer graphics smoke? Look at this bit here. Look at the bleed into it here. Let's just take a little photo of that. It's all about the way this is set up. Obviously the way this is set up is it's about it's not about capturing the view here, it's just about capturing reactions and capturing, all this here for our benefit. She's lying. This. Who's he doing that to? He's doing that for this camera. That's what he's doing it for. He's doing that for this camera. He's doing his hands on his head for this camera. Yeah. But just quickly before we go on to SpaceX, the ISS Expose R. See this is a spacewalk here, and they've got this Expose R thing up. Well, this Expose R I've been doing a lot of research into, and I'm going to do later videos about. But they are contracted out, or NASA contracts out a company called Redshift to simulate all of their stuff. Simulate it with well, as you'll see, the very best CGI in the world. Okay, so expose our mission data. Due to the extended period where no data could be stored on the onboard computer. Yeah, the computer's broke, so they couldn't store any data on what the temperature was outside and cosmic rays and radiation and all that stuff. Yeah. Okay, because the computer broke. So they had to therefore contract out. This company called Redshift was contracted out to model and calculate the overall total UV radiation and temperature of the facility of the ISS, and they had to simulate it. They got them to simulate it, and this company, which they contract out, NASA contract out to simulate their stuff, is this company here, Redshift. Now, just take a quick look at that website, and let me know if you see anything a little bit strange. Yeah, a load of Satanists, all standing around here. See these red eyes in the back, and their strange satanic garb, and they're sucking on something, look like, I don't know, oxygen mask or something. They're all over here as well in the dark, see? And they're all worshipping the world's first fully GPU accelerated biased renderer. Yeah? They are involved in rendering of scenes containing hundreds of millions of polygons and TBs of texture data. Yeah, they create CGI landscapes. Yeah, bunch of Satanists. Again, who is this supposed to please? Who on earth is going to go, oh, I really like the look of this company, apart from fellow Satanists? I mean, obviously, it must be. You know? Bizarre. Okay, so this is the kind of stuff they're producing. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, but it's fake. Yeah? Fake. Very clever. Underwater. Do you believe that's real? Cool. It's pretty cool. But it's not real. I mean, what kind of customers are you trying to attract here? Oh yeah, NASA. Yeah, that makes sense now. Yeah. This is a NASA project, so again, whether or not you believe that is a real curve that we're seeing there, or it's just one of, you know, NASA, because it's associated with NASA, so they've got to put in the curve. The fact of the matter is that at 100,000 feet, which is only 19 miles high, it looks pretty much the same as the view we're getting from the ISS. So what I'm saying is the ISS stuff, they're using this. This is a U-2 spy plane, but their altitude is 30. How high can they go? 13 miles high. A U-2 spy plane goes 13 miles high. Look at the clouds here. Okay, imagine you're looking directly down, like on this footage here, and look at that canal coming out of there and how thick it is. And now look at this coming up here now. First of all, this is garbage. I mean, you're supposed to be, are you seeing the seabed here? Is this the seabed we're seeing? So we're seeing through the sea to the seabed and the ridges at the bottom of the water. All this is completely static. This is all photograph. It's just all photograph. It's or a combination of photograph and CGI, but it's static. Now we've got a marker here. We've got something to go by here. Look, you see what it is? It's a canal. All right, stop right there. Have a look at this. Okay, we've got a canal coming out of here. Now, at first I thought it was a river, but now I know it's a canal, because if you have a look at it on, if you blow it up and have a look at it, you'll see that it's man-made. That is, that's straight lines, and you know, so this is a canal. Okay, so we can see a canal. We're 250 miles up. You know, that's pretty clear. I mean, the footage we're seeing is no higher than that when the ISS flies over the Earth. Oh, it's just, and that's 19 miles. 19 miles, not 250 miles. Look at the clouds. Okay, those clouds are the same distance away as the ISS clouds we're seeing. Yeah, they're supposed to be 250 miles away, and this is, you know, 19 miles away. Okay. There's another one. Looks like the ISS, but it's not. It's a balloon, 18 miles high. Yeah. Over here, these are roads. Yeah, we shouldn't be seeing these. This is all man-made. Okay, this is not. This is more like 13 miles high in a U-2 spy plane. Look, that's 13 miles high. Yeah, that's how thick a canal looks, or an estuary looks, coming out of a lake area. Yeah, it looks like that. Okay, it looks the same, doesn't it? Looks pretty much the same. Okay, forget the curve here because we've got proof that 13 miles high you can't see the curve of the Earth. So, as per usual, simulating stuff like, for example, the Earth from space, you know, and it's some sort of satanic endeavor. Very strange. Does this actually happen at this company? Do they all dress up like this and worship their fully GPU accelerated BIOS renderer? Maybe they do. So as with all 322 illusions, what they do is with all the 17 ISIS truck and car attacks in Paris and Brussels, they always fake a couple of camera phone footage, witness footage for viewer reactions for this affirmation and confirmation. Yeah, and they do put the CGI on it, you know, to make it look, to try and convince you all. But this is really funny. They always have some black dude in the background, same on their other footage. Some sort of cool dude in the background going, doing a bit of street talk, going, slow down, baby, slow down, baby. Whoa, baby. Listen, it's so funny. Slow down, baby, slow down. And this big fake CGI explosion. Yeah, very fake. And yeah, that's what they do. So people, you know, think this is evidence. And it's never been evidence. It's just part of their package, part of their illusion package to have fake camera phone footage. I'm not saying that they're not launching rockets. The reason they're launching rockets next to the sea is because that's where they're going. They're going off in a big arch, I'm afraid to say, and that seems to be well, that's certainly the reason they're situated where they are. Yeah, I used to watch the shuttle launch when I was a kid, and they used to keep the camera footage on it for ages until it was 10 nautical miles downrange. And I used to lie there in bed watching the shuttle launch thinking, they're having us on here. This is not going into space. You could see it coming back down again. It's just going round in a big arch. We know rockets and missiles are not a hoax, but they seem to be going up. The reason they seem to be firing them from alongside the sea is because they're going off in that direction towards the sea. Look, here's one. This is sped up for you to see. They're going off in a big arch, and they're coming back down again into the sea. Yeah, 10 nautical miles downrange. We don't want you going downrange. We want you going up into space. So this is a SpaceX launch. They are obviously firing rockets. We know rockets aren't a hoax, but where are these rockets going? Where are they going? Because like the shuttle launch I used to watch when I was a kid, they go up in a big arch and appear to start coming back down on themselves. That's what it looks like. I think they've been having us on. Yeah. That's what the Earth looks like from 18 miles up. Flat, no curve. Most of the images you'll see have got, they'll put a curve on just to be dramatic, or because they're using fisheye lens. But so there's a company that is providing US government high resolution images from balloons, because, well, obviously they're not getting the right sort of stuff from satellites. I mean, this again, it's basically identical to the stuff we're seeing from the ISS, and it's this is 18 miles high. So I always say to people when they're looking at the ISS footage, go and take a look at the clouds outside and count to 3 and watch how they've completely changed shape, even after just sort of 3 seconds. You know, especially here in the UK where it's windy and wet all the time, because you'll never see the ISS clouds move ever. Even these little clouds down here, they'll never move. Okay, you've got clouds that don't move and clouds that underneath that do move, fast moving clouds, or the other way around, but you never ever see any of that on the ISS stuff. You never see the stars, even when it's dark and there's no, you never see the city lights unless it's on pre-rendered footage that they release to YouTube. That is nothing like the ISS live feed footage. And all you've got to do, remember, is bust them once on this footage and the whole thing, you know, the whole thing is fake. You just bust them once, and like I say, you know, what they do with this footage is they're very careful to either film somewhere that's not inhabited, so there's no buildings and stuff that you can easily spot, or if they do, like with their Mars footage, they'll you know, make sure they blur out all that stuff and smudge it and stuff. Look at all this, all completely static. This is all static photograph imagery from balloon height. Balloon height. Never will any of this move, ever. You won't see not even the tiniest movement, not even the tiniest movement from any of these clouds on the ISS footage. But if you compare it to the Chinese footage, where their CGI people do try and make the clouds move, they're moving at unbelievable speeds. Within 2 seconds, the whole cloud formation has completely changed shape all over the world.
Cameras can take away the blue to make it look like open space. Then they just speed up the footage so it looks like there is no resistance from the water. Look at the Earth's clouds. They're moving quickly here, and they suddenly speed up here. Watch again. The entire Earth becomes covered in clouds in only 2 seconds. And a slow bubble gets away from the helmet. It rolls around the helmet, speeds up, and expands as buoyant bubbles do.
But here, as always, you know, no matter what, the clouds are always static, because all we're looking at here is a camera going over high-res photographic imagery from balloon height, from weather balloon height. And their other stuff, which they show, is their CGI stuff, where they show the curve of the Earth and it's always blue and white. I've watched hours and hours and hours of, I mean, maybe hundreds of hours of live feed, and I've never yet seen any movement from any cloud ever. Like I say, go outside, look up at the clouds, count to 3, and you'll see movement. And it's not just a bit, like I say, it's not just we're seeing high clouds. We can see through the high clouds to the low clouds. No, there's never any movement. This is just static imagery. And really, I could do this on my, if I got a big enough printout of high-res balloon imagery and stuck a bit of plastic over my camera phone lens and then just moved it on a tripod smoothly. I could do this. Anyone could do this. Yeah. Here we go. So here's an estuary coming in here. Okay, so as we fly over this photograph, we see signs of agriculture. You know, and like I say, a canal and roads and lots of things that we shouldn't see. Even though NASA, I'm sure, are very, very careful about us not flying over places that will give too much away. Let's take a look at that. So here we see from Mars' surface a beautiful night sky. Yeah? Look, that's what we're told. Wow. And there is Phobos, they say. Yet, it looks like we can see through it on the dark side. As someone put down here, funny how you can see way more stars through Mars' atmosphere, and we can also see some through ours. But when you look at the space station cameras or spacecraft with no atmosphere, you see nothing, with no atmosphere to block it. Where you should see nothing but stars everywhere, which is how they navigate. What they don't want us to see, I'm confused. I just put don't ask too many questions and gave him a thumbs up. Of course, yeah, there's atmosphere on Mars, we can see the stars. There's atmosphere on Earth, we can see the stars. But on the International Space Station, or any rocket that goes in it, including the Apollo missions, no stars. Stars are too difficult. I mean, that is just a splattering of anything. As we've got no reference to go by here, they can just make it up as they go along. If it was the Earth, we could say, oh, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. You know, who knows what it looks like from Mars. Oh yeah, unidentified flying objects. They've made Mars go green, by the way, have you noticed? It used to be red. Well, actually, without any filters on it, it's just brown with blue sky, you know, like Devon Island. But then they put a red filter on, but they've got bored of the red filter now. They've gone for this green filter. And yeah, we keep being told, you know, there's they keep spotting basically flocks of birds, seagulls and stuff. It's a daily occurrence. Daily occurrence. Plane flying over Devon Island. Yeah. So you get a thumbs up for observation. Here we found a riverbed. Yeah, evidence of flowing water. Flowing water on Mars, on Devon Island. Look at the mud. Look at the brown mud. Take the photo off and you've got pretty grey blue sky. They're all going to buy that on Mars, are they? Yeah, we got stones here with rounded edges. You know, these are water washed stones on Devon Island in Canada. Perseverance rover capture underwater stone pattern on Mars surface. Yeah, not on Mars surface. Right, so who is filming this? How is this possible? We've seen from the wide angle footage there's nothing else in the air, and even if there was, it'd be a miracle that they'd be able to parallel fly alongside this and film this. So this is just fake. So look at the way this is coming out. This is falling, Yeah, it's coming out sideways and stuff. The steam, it's not realistic at all. And look how fast the clouds are now moving past. Okay, there's nothing there, as you've seen. There's nothing there filming this because this is CGI. Taking out of the little amount of smoke coming out of here because that will be a big factor in a minute. By the way, them agricultural lines that you see in here are the same as that we had earlier on the NASA footage from allegedly 250 miles up, and more like, you know, 5 miles up. I mean, can you not tell that this is computer graphics? Can you not just tell that it's not real? Especially here. Especially here. Can you not tell that this smoke here is computer graphic smoke? Look at this bit here. Look at the bleed into it here. Let's just take a little quick photo of that. You know, how is the fire coming out of this bit here above where the bell exhausts are? How's it coming out of here? Again, this is computer graphics. Yeah, CGI smoke. The way it's moving and stuttering. The cock up is made here with the fire coming out too high. Suddenly, look how much smoke there is, because the smoke is the big trick they use to give you a sense of it changing direction. Suddenly, the amount of smoke. Now look at this. There was no smoke coming out of it when it was coming up, but it's like the steam they have coming out of the SN10, you know, to give you this effect of it going up and then coming down again. So suddenly they put loads of smoke. Notice also there is zero wind, zero, not even a breeze. But as soon as it touches down, you'll see that it's really windy. I can tell all that is graphics. Okay, so yeah, it's landed, and what happens is you get these customary SpaceX gust of wind suddenly to clear everything up for you, just after all the hard CGI has been avoided. Okay, just press play now, and here it is. Whoosh! And look at this wind here. Whoa! We didn't see that when it was up in the air, did we? It was like that, not like that. So as soon as it's landed, the wind has picked up as well, we're led to believe. Oh God, isn't it amazing? Is there anyone here alive to the nonsense? Okay, so the drone's filming it. The drone that we can't see is not there because it's CGI. Watch this. Down goes the very obviously drawn graphics. And when it gets to this height, there you go. Who's filming this? Who's filming that? Look at the clouds behind here. Here. Now look at the clouds in the background. Where's that cloud? Had a very distinctive shape to it. There. Now presumably we're supposed to believe that's for real. This is actual footage. Yeah, but of course it's not possible to who's filming this? Yeah, how's this being filmed? It's coming in at 17,000 miles an hour or something. And also these cameras that are on it pointing down, it's entering into the Earth's atmosphere. So how are these lenses on these cameras surviving re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere? And if they survive re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere, then why not just make the space shuttle, instead of using those great big tiles which they glued on the bottom, heat resistant tiles, why not just make them out of the same stuff as this camera lens? Because this camera lens obviously survived re-entry. Yeah. Okay. Like that one there, which has just been cut off at the bottom. So this is, again, this is just real bad CGI. Again, this is just total nonsense, because you're not going to launch. You're not going to. Yeah. So you. So you wouldn't put two rockets right next to each other for launch and for landing. Yeah, and you wouldn't land it on this area. The SN10 came down apparently on a bit of a lopsided bit of concrete. I mean, it's just ludicrous. Yeah, if you're going to spend millions and millions launching these things into the sky, you're going to at least get a bit of land that's properly flat and it's concrete. And you're not going to land next to fuel tanks and buildings and other rockets when it's almost, it's almost certainly going to blow up. Yeah, it's just and they're landing it on a raft in really choppy waters. Again, you just wouldn't do that, not in choppy waters. So this is completely fake, because you wouldn't, like I say, you wouldn't actually launch a rocket. I mean, look, your rocket's been covered in dust and mud. Couldn't you have moved it over here somewhere? Just ridiculous. So there's a completely fake takeoff, like 100% fake. Some of them may be real, but this one's not. This is so fake. The way they would be coming out, that would be 100 times faster. These flames coming out the back, they're flickering because of it's not falling. It's falling faster. It can't fall this slow. I mean, it's that is just absolute nonsense. It's really nonsense, absolute nonsense. Yeah. And that as well. There's some different camera angles of this bakery, and it's just all totally wrong. It just falls. It's falling way too slow. It's the physics is wrong. Again, the wisdom of trying to land it right next to your other one and let loads of buildings and fuel deposits and stuff. Just nonsense, absolute ridiculous, and they expect people to believe it. Again, so that went up with a lot of fuel left in it, and this is a fake CGI explosion. Did you see that? You see that? It's just nonsense, that is. Flame. This here, yeah, it's see this here, the colour of it, it's all wrong. Hey, next time, let's land it away from everything that costs lots of money. Yeah? Ridiculous. Oh, see that? Frame just vanishes. Yeah, it just vanishes. It's just real bad CGI. Here we have all the bad CGI. Yeah. SNL was the worst. Okay, so there's the Flash Gordon landing. This one is falling way too slow. It's just not right at all. And look, look at that line there. As soon as it hits that, it's going to go and flip the front bit down straight away. Anyway, this one here sinks into the ground too much. Okay, they're going to say it's the curve of the Earth or something, but yeah, before it explodes, you don't actually see the. You're supposed to see the flame as it the brightness of the flame as it hits the ground, and I mean that's sunk way too far into the ground without any explosion. There, finally. Okay, so look at this. Fake. An SN10 landed on a bit of a slope. Yeah, landed on a bit of a slope. So that's what they say. So that was like really clever, isn't it? You know, let's hire a strip of land that's slopey. Yeah. So why are the witness videos fake and contrived and silly? So the whole thing works, and the space program itself is based on this sort of illusion, and this is NASA telling us how they do it in 1994 by letting Franz Harry, the magician illusionist, disappear the space shuttle. Now it's all about, the whole trick works because humans seek affirmation and confirmation from fellow humans. So if we see other people jumping up and down hysterically going, wow, that's amazing, we just can't get our heads around the fact that they could be lying, and you know, really enthusiastically lying, because we personally don't behave in that way. And this is the whole way the whole deceptions have always worked. It's the big lie. It's the big lie. It's the Jubal's big lie. You tell a lie bigger than the public, how they morally behave, you know, in a way that is so obscene that people just believe it, and that's where we're at today, and that's where we've always been at. With all the fake terrorist attacks that the 322 people do, this is what they do. This is what they do. This is what they do. And I had this in my video where, and the 322 people turned up. Secret Moon and Mars Hoax said, you are a problem to the 322 people because I expose illusions. Just like 9/11, more important to remember, what you're watching at home, these planes crashing into the towers, is exactly the same as what we're seeing. Of course, there were no planes, as we know. That was another 322 illusion. There were no planes. So here's the audience all sitting there, yeah, witnesses, all these witnesses, look, all these nice people. And now you see they've got over here on a big high thing, loads and loads of people packed together, yeah, and they're going to jump up and down hysterically at the end when it disappears, screaming, just like we see with SpaceX today and NASA when they pretend to land rovers on Mars. Yeah.
It was there, and then it was totally not there.
She's lying. She's lying. Lies. See, this is what we see today. And in 1994, people just couldn't get their heads around it. It was just mind blowing to them. You know, look, people are looking on at the TV screens at this woman, and they're seeing confirmation that it really was real. Surely these people can't be lying. Terrible, isn't it? Terrible. But this is how the whole thing works, and has always worked.
We want to bring in Mark Walsh, who's a freelancer for Fox. You live just a few blocks away and witnessed.
Dude, I live on the 43rd floor of a building which is 5 blocks from the World Trade Center itself. I witnessed the entire thing from beginning to end.
People talk about how it looked like a movie. I know when I came walking down here early this morning and saw both towers on fire and people on every street corner, it was like a movie. But you watched the planes hit the towers.
I was watching with my roommate. It was approximately several minutes after the first plane had hit. I saw this plane come out of nowhere and just ream right into the side of the Twin Tower, exploding through the other side. And then I witnessed both towers collapse, one first and then the second, mostly due to structural failure because the fire was just too intense.
So we know all the sellouts and that. Look at her. Look, she's absolutely thrilled to bits, just like the SpaceX people. Yeah. And look, enthralled. So someone's pointing over there.
Were these people actors or real? And that's generally, I can't tell when you see Americans talking because they're so used to television and Oprah.
This is really weird.
All right, NASA made me promise if I was successful that I'd return the Explorer back to its original home. So here it goes. Ladies, raise the shield.
I think I know how that's done.
First of all, why are you going to set yourself up with loads of cameras with a great big huge balcony blocking your view from anything that goes, you know? So this guy here is just, for the camera, he's just put his fist in the air. That's what it's all about. He had a little glance over there at the camera, make sure that he's being filmed, because it's all about the way this is set up. Obviously, the way this is set up is it's about. It's not about capturing the view here. It's just about capturing reactions and capturing, you know, all this here for our benefit. Why? Ask yourself why. Why are they releasing videos like that? Because it's part of the David Copperfield style illusion. So where are these cameras that we see on the other film footage filming this? From this angle, because we'd need other aircraft in the air, supersonic, incredible aircraft with cameras are fitted to them to get all these views, and we got nothing else. Right, so who is filming this? How is this possible? We've seen from the wide angle footage there's nothing else in the air. So you know, we need to be told who is filming this. How is this filmed? There must be someone must have some information for me. They must have at least have an excuse or a cover story to explain this sort of thing. You know, falling from 10 kilometers, and again, we've got this this magic, incredible camera footage, and all the way down. And nuts, all for our benefit. All this, who's he doing that to? He's doing that for this camera. That's what he's doing it for. He's doing that for this camera. He's doing his hands on his head for this camera. Yeah. It's not about seeing anything. It's just look at the way the clouds are moving past now. That's all fake and nonsense. This is all completely fake and nonsense. It's all CGI fake. This is fake. Again, just... And they all act like, you know, they've all won the pool. I mean, even if I won the pools, not they don't do the pools anymore, but, you know, the lottery, I just wouldn't. I wouldn't be like this. Okay, so Flash, they did this in the 1930s with Flash Gordon, but let me just show you this thing here. What I want you to watch the steam here. Watch the steam here, because I'll try and blow it up, but it'll disappear in a way that will just reveal its computer graphics. Boom. Did you see that? Did you see that? It didn't float up and dissipate like it should. It just disintegrated the minute it touched the ground, because it's graphic design, and the graphic designer just put as soon as it touches the ground, he just wrote into the thing for it to disintegrate. Watch it again. It's computer graphics. Look at the angle it's coming in at as well here. Right, it's this steam here. Steam here. Watch the steam. 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 Boo. See, it touches down. It just disintegrates. But watch this. Obviously, it makes their job a lot easier if we have all this obscured with smoke. It's not a windy day, is it at all? Not a windy day. But watch this. Watch this. Whoosh. Magic. The illusion. And there it is. Okay, look at that again. It's not a windy day. Look, it's absolutely ages. No wind at all. No wind at all. And then all this confirmation we can hear in the background. All these screaming people acting ridiculous, to be honest. I mean, we don't act like this in England. Okay, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, this magic. Here it is. Whoosh! Wow, look at that. Blows it away, and oh, I didn't think they was going to do it. Come on. You can do better than that. Okay, so, and here we are. These people here, all set up for us. But look at this. This is for our benefit anyway. These people set up here and everything else. This is all for us to... So, if your starship's going to do that, what do? You land it right next to your other one. Yeah, and loads of buildings and stuff, and keep doing that.
Falcon Heavy is configured for flight.
T-minus 15, stand by for terminal count.
SpaceX Falcon Heavy, go for launch.
10, 9,
All systems command 3. Side booster ignition.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 0.
Building on the history of Saturn V Apollo,
You can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly.
Is really weird.